What's up guys, and welcome, finally, to F1 2006 Career Mode for Season 2 of this championship. It has been a very long road to get to this position that I'm in now, and I'm just going to give you guys a brief overview of what happened in between Season 1 and now what is about halfway through Season 2. Basically, I went through Season 1 again on hard difficulty. I signed with Toro Rosso. They were my best chance of getting a good drive, getting some good results in that first season so that I could set myself up for Season 2. However, what happened was, near the end of Season 1 in Toro Rosso on hard difficulty, this is me recording off camera, basically I got offered a test driver role at Red Bull. I thought, I put a tweet out on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, cheeky plug, off you go. I asked you guys if it was a good idea to sign with Red Bull, and you guys seemed to vote pretty unanimously that Red Bull as a reserve driver was probably the right way to go. So I went with Red Bull, right? And then from then on, I was set a vast amount of challenges or just like team objectives for testing. And little did I know just how tough these objectives and targets were for Red Bull. It was basically impossible. The kind of lap times that they were setting me to achieve were basically faster than pole position lap times around the specific racetracks. It was impossible, and on some occasions they only wanted that goal lap time from one flying lap, like just literally one flying shootout lap. Like that's it. Like, I mean, how can you possibly expect anyone to get up to speed and nail a lap straight away with no setup or anything like that? It was just a nightmare. I did not pass any objectives. Thankfully, when I got to Season 2, I got a few different trial offers. One from Williams F1 Racing Team. I got an offer to drive for Super Aguri F1 team to be their #1 driver. However, I thought it would be a bad career mode choice to go with the back market team once again, so I decided to apply for Toyota as well, and I beat their target time at Magny-Cours circuit by like 2.1 seconds, and that still wasn't good enough for those guys to accept me as a regular driver. Not only not a first team driver, but I wasn't accepted as their second driver. So after a long time of trying to redo this trial with Toyota over and over again, they just kept on giving me the test driver role. So I was like, screw it, I've got no other choice. Toyota is probably my best option here. So what I went with is I went to be a test driver for Season 2 for the start, and I was hoping to maybe impress the team with some good performances in the tests. And to be fair, I actually did pass a few tests with Toyota. I beat Jarno Trulli a few times in the team ability test, so that was good. And I finally beat him around the mid part of the season again for like the third time at Silverstone. And then that's when I got the breakthrough offer from Red Bull Racing to drive for them, to be their second driver. And now here we are on the 9th of August, ready to start our first Grand Prix in a midfield team. So Red Bull Racing, they're not a top field team. They're actually a midfield team, because I think this is like their second year in F1. So they're by no means a front runner. They're simply just a little bit better than Toro Rosso. So it should be a very interesting season, and this is where we're going to rejoin this career mode now. We've come from the depths of Toro Rosso, you know, getting them a few points in our first season. We've gone through the anguish of being a test driver, a failed test driver at that, at Red Bull Racing at the end of Season 1. And then we were a test driver at Toyota for a little bit, and now finally we are an actual driver in F1 on hard difficulty on F1 2006. I put so many hours just to get to this point, and I just can't wait to get this started. So without any further ado, this has been a very, very long-winded intro, but we are finally ready to start off Season 2. We've got 6 races in this season to prove our worth in this Red Bull. We need to like show these guys what we're made of, and we're basically driving for our seats here in Red Bull. So we need to perform, and we need to do it now. My goal at the moment is to finish in the top 10 in the driver standings. It's going to be a tough ask, but I'm going to try and give it my all. So without further ado, it's time for the Turkish Grand Prix, first race of Season 2.
What a prospect we have here today. The wonderful Istanbul Park, with its incredible Turn 8, plays host to today's qualifying session.
Hopefully I conveyed all the feelings I wanted to put across for this video. As you can see in the driver's standings, Barrichello down in 8th, 27 points. So I want to aim to get inside the top 10. So basically, I need to win a race. I feel like if I can win a race, that would really put me towards getting inside that top 10. We'll need to regularly score in the points, to be honest. Constructors standings, Red Bull actually haven't scored a point yet, so we've got a bit of a rescue mission here for Red Bull to save their season and also save my career, because if I feel like I don't perform well in these final 6 races, then that may be my F1 career over for this Career Mode Championship. And with that, I think we're also going to do a Season 3 now, because I want to have a proper shot at actually trying to win the driver's title. So if there's any good news to come out of this, we're getting a Season 3. Okay guys, for the first time in this career mode, we're also going to play with the setups. For Season 1, I didn't feel the need to really play with the setups all too much, but for Season 2, since it is that much harder, I feel like setups really going to help us in this season. So I'll leave a link to a website. It's called f1cecarsetups.wikifoundry.com. I'll leave a link to that down in the description. That's where I'm getting my setups from. I've been referred to that website by a couple of you guys, so I can only say thank you for that. And if you want to go check them out, by all means. And yeah, so hopefully those setups are pretty good for us. Very deep under brakes. Final sector of this lap now, and this is going to be confirmation, or possibly the stake in the heart as to whether we have pace at this Turkish Grand Prix. We set a 1:30.3 as our banker lap. It puts us in position 5. We corner cut the first corner. I think that lap alone should get us through to qualifying 2, to be honest.
We'll continue in a few moments with the second knockout session, where we'll decide grid positions 16 to 11.
Pretty shaky lap, to be honest, but in all honesty, we have so much more room for improvement. So, on to Q2. 28, 29, oh, just in the 30s. I'm interested to see where that'll put us in the order. P13 at the moment, we can do better than that. The problem for me is, this Istanbul circuit is a lot different, much more undulated than what I'm used to, and the curbs as well, they're really throwing me off today, having to abort a lot of qualifying laps here. I believe we're fueled up to do another couple of laps. We're going to need to. 4 minutes left in the session. I feel like we can get inside the top 10. I just got to nail a lap. Oh, back end loss out of nowhere. Look at how different and how awkward this turn 8 section is. Lost the back end there. Massive snap of oversteer. You can't even call that oversteer. That's just auto spin off that curb. But overall, this is looking like a little bit more of a better lap compared to our bankers so far. So hopefully we can cement ourselves inside that top 10. We'll stay on board for another couple of seconds here. See what the split is in the middle sector. So we're 3/10 down on what our middle sector was. With this game, they individualize each sector. They don't give you a cumulative sector on how your overall lap is. It's just based on each individual sector and what your personal best is. So if you do see a yellow box, like as in down on your sector, then don't get too disheartened because it's on your PB sector. But either way, coming up to the line, now we got to get inside the 30s. 29, it's a 30.8. I don't know, we didn't move up either, so got to concentrate on this one. I really need to nail a lap now. Yes, we're a 10th up. I'll take it. Yes, yes, and turn 8 has been much smoother on this occasion. This is going to be a good lap. What a stupid mistake that was. Don't even know what happened there. Got distracted. Nah, we're out of fuel. We are out of fuel, and there is nothing left we can do in this session. It is P14 for the Turkish Grand Prix. We have more pace than that, and we're going to show it in the race.
You join the commentary team at Istanbul for this year's Turkish Grand Prix.
So here we go, guys, for the second part of our career mode, the second half of our career mode, I suppose. Today, it's going to be very important for us to actually finish the race, because what the teams are looking for when they're looking to hire maybe a second driver, one of the criteria is that you have to finish a certain amount of Grand Prix. The more you finish, and the more top 10 finishes you get as well, the more likely you are to get hired. I'm not going to be risking it, I suppose, like I did in Season 1, because I purely want to secure a drive for next season. I feel like I'm James Hunt, before McLaren, just begging a team to let me drive for them. And it was like a miracle that I got signed for Red Bull in the first place. So I'm going to try and show what this car and what I am capable of today, but it's going to be mega tough.
All systems confirmed to go for the race. Have fun and good luck.
Thank you, engineer. I am actually quite nervous. This is a big moment for us and for Red Bull. We've got to show what we are capable of. Hopefully, we can score inside the top 10. We need to secure a drive for Season 3 of this F1 2006 career mode. 10 red lights. And we are away for the Turkish Grand Prix. Gonna try and not take too many risks if I can, in before I crash at turn 1. What's the bet?
As does Alonso. Here come the drivers plowing into the first corner. Michael Schumacher.
Hard in mouth moment when I got caught up on the curb there. Sent me into a bit of a hard swim. Managed to. Are you joking me? Are you actually joking me? That came from being overcautious. Jumped on the brakes too hard. Sent me into the wall. Because idiots in front of me were going really slow. Into the pits now for a new front wing. And we're going to have to go right to the end of the race now. On, what is it, a set of primes or something like that? I'm really annoyed because, like, in the lead up to this, through Season 2 and all the test drive and development I've been doing, I've been driving really well and I've learnt so much in between Season 1 and now. And we go and make this mistake in the first race of this season. It's so annoying.
Massa is 7th. He's down from 6th.
And there goes the world's slowest pit stop we'll ever have for Red Bull. 15.8 seconds. We've got a lot of work to do in front of us to get inside the points. 37 seconds to the cars in front. That seems like a massive margin to make up.
We've got reports of a yellow flag situation in Sector 1. Do not overtake.
Okay, I'll try not to.
Great time in that final sector.
Oh, is that Coulthard? I think Coulthard has just retired. Or he's crashed out or something like that. Either way, he's dropped down to 21st place. Yep, it was Coulthard. So already we've beaten our teammate. A few cars are making their stops now. And we are a little bit closer to the field than what I thought we'd be. Here comes, is that UGE Day? So we're kind of in the realm of the back markers at the moment. But as the laps go on, we should jump a few cars. Yes, and we strike while E-Day is on cold tyres. Just get over that and the curbs without getting spun out into P20. Bloody hell, I hope the tyre wear is good at Istanbul. Otherwise, I'm fearing for what my tyre life will be like at the end of the race. And also whether I'll make it on fuel. I'm not too sure if there was enough clearance in the tank to fill it up to full level in order to get to the point where I can run to the end of the race without making another fuel stop. Some very interesting questions that are yet to be answered in this Grand Prix. Are we going to make it? I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna keep pushing and see what happens.
The rubber on your tyres is starting to get worn, and this will affect.
Don't tell me that. Do not tell me that, engineer, please.
With 5 laps on the checkered flag.
Thank you. Maybe we can make it after all. After hearing there's only 5 laps left, and also I've just noticed the number at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen regarding fuel. I think that means I'm fuel for 7 laps. So we should be fine so long as the tyres can hold out. Come on. In the slipstream of Montero here. This is the closest we've been. Oh, I had to back out of it there. Wasn't feeling like making contact or losing my wheel today. I really would like to keep all 4 tyres on my car today.
The end's within your grasp now. 5 laps until the end.
You said 5 laps on the last lap. Nice exit. Nice exit. We're going to soar past this Midlands F1 car. Use up all the revs and we've got him into P17 now. There's another couple of cars making their stops on this lap, so hopefully we can jump maybe 1 or 2 of those guys as well. The Midlands car is nowhere near us, so we hang on to P17 for now. I saw Trilly go dropping down the ladder in terms of position, so we've moved up into P16, even though it's going to give us 0 more points than what we're achieving right now.
Michael Schumacher powers across.
There he goes, he's done it. Michael Schumacher takes the Turkish Grand Prix from Alonso. Very nice drive from those 2 men there. But for us, it's been a bit of a disaster Grand Prix for us. It was essentially over by the first lap. We've had our hand tied behind our backs ever since that pit stop. We've had, more fuel than everyone else for the majority of the race and all the tyres. So the fact that we actually moved up a few positions in this race has taken a lot of effort. So in the end, I think it's good that we've actually finished the race for Red Bull, because I think that's all that they're really looking for at the moment. And there we go, across the line, finishing P16. It's been a dream debut for us today.
So there we have it, an amazing Turkish Grand Prix, and what a circuit. In 2 weeks' time, we travel to northern Italy, to Monza.
Okay, so for the next episode, we're off to Monza, and that is pretty much where I'm going to leave this episode today. Of course, none of the Red Bull drivers yet have scored points in this season, so to be the first to come in near the end of the season and score points for Red Bull, that would be, I guess, the ideal situation. I am still looking to cement my position in F1 and my position within the team. Who knows, maybe I'll stay on with Red Bull for next season, but overall I'm just looking to impress and try and do my best, like recover any kind of pride that Red Bull are trying to establish in their second season here in Formula 1. That's going to do this episode for today. I'm sorry about the incident there on lap 1. Just took it a little bit too cautious, and for whatever reason, it just oversteered into the barriers. So that was pretty much all she wrote. But hopefully in the next one in Monza, we can be a little bit more on the pace and get some good battles in. So thanks again, guys, for watching. I'll try and get an episode out tomorrow just to make it up to you guys, because I really am excited to get this series going once again, because I know how much hype there is for this. So until then, guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until my next video, guys, I'll see you next time.